y'all. We're about to talk about Vivica Fox and her delusions of thinking she can get back with brother Curtis Jackson. But before we do that, let's clown her a little bit more with the one and only Corey Holcomb.
My brother when he passed.
Right. That's terrible.
That's how you know they know he talking about them.
And that's terrible. That was terrible.
Big face ass Vivica Fox.
Oh, no, she didn't say that.
She did not.
This funk ass hoe.
Oh, my God.
Say he got his karma. Bitch, your face is carved up because you hate yourself. He talk about bitches that hate theyself. That's why you carved your face up. You hate yourself. Bitches know when you talking about them. They act like they don't know. But when something happened, unfortunately, to a brother, them bitches celebrate it because they hate theyself.
All right, I just liked when he called her big face ass Vivica Fox. I thought that was hilarious. All right, but now on to the actual content at hand. So 50, Vivica, as y'all know, back in the day, they was a thing, and I'm talking back in the day. But I guess somebody asked Vivica about it, and they actually went in on her. Hold on, okay, yeah, we got it. All right, I'm on there. So I guess she was being interviewed. They asked her about it, and you know what? This is so little. I actually need to pull it up because your girl blind. I cannot see this. So hold on. Okay, so basically, Vivica Fox was asked about her getting back with 50. You know, them rekindling they flame, whatever, from back in the day when she was, you know, right type, blah, 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 Kill Bill days. All right, now, Vivica is like 10 years older than 50. So 50 has publicly even said he ain't got no problem with no older women. He like women that's older, whatever, more mature, whatever. But we all know 50 is a businessman first and foremost about his money. So that was back in the day. I think that Vivica ran her mouth and she messed that up. I remember hearing something way back in the day, like she spoke on his kid or something like that. And that's what ended them. But whatever. Let's go through and dissect what the internet has to say, okay? Because the internet had a field day with this. If you haven't heard about this story, you know, the manosphere men are just, this is the type of stuff they love. They're going in on it, so we're going to talk about it too. All right, so let me blow this up so you can kind of see where I got this from, what I'm reading, and then let me get my big face in the screen somewhere. All right, boom, here I go. So, ladies, how long have we been saying this? Now, this is the post from the KS group who posted this, but the original source is Hollywood Unlocked, and that's that limp wrist Jason Lee who be interviewing the celebs or whatever. He used to be on Love and Hip Hop. Okay, so ladies, how long have we been saying this? We meaning men. Vivica Fox has failed to capitalize on her beauty, her youth, her popularity, and she's completely mismanaged her femininity by becoming masculine. So I'm going to stop in that second sentence where it says Vivica has failed to capitalize on her beauty and her youth and her popularity, whatever, because she is a celebrity. They move in a different world. But the point in that is this is what men are telling us, and this is what you got to know. When you are in your prime, before the wrinkles, any gravity, anything like that, you need to capitalize on that and go ahead and get wifed up. People had a lot to say about me for getting married at 19. But my husband knew what he was doing because I wasn't quite ready. But in the grand scheme of things, when you look back on your life and the people who made the comments, it's like, no, I did made the best decision for myself. I mean, you're going to have somebody's child and not be willing to marry them. And then furthermore, I was in my youth, so we got well over a decade together, and I'm still relatively young. So I'll tell you my experience, and men are saying this too. You cannot wait till you 35 plus to get wifed up. It's just not what most men are looking for, especially if you dabbling with the high value man lifestyle, whatever. Me personally, I've never dealt with a man based upon his money. That's just ain't necessarily my thing. I think it's way more important things to look at that. And I'm not a hypocrite. I'm from Detroit. Most of the people I know are from not the best means, single parent households. So I didn't think I needed to, go out and put that pressure on a man to be a millionaire for me. I can work with an average guy. I can work with a blue collar man making 50K, 40K. That's just me. But anyway, let's keep it moving. So, Vivica is now dealing with the consequences of her mismanagement. No man of significant value has even considered giving this woman the time of day in all these years. Why? This is why. This is why she is open to rekindling her youth. Curtis Jackson, 47, that's 50, isn't interested in dating a 58-plus-year-old post-wall woman. Now, that wall stuff, men say women hit the wall. I'm not exactly sure what that means. So I'm going to just bypass that statement. I'm thinking maybe you're done in the dating scene, maybe. I'm not sure. It's almost an insult to 50 Cent because he can do better than Vivica. Now, I do want to bring this out. No matter how harsh that may sound, ladies, at the end of the day, men can and will date down. My husband is 10 years older than me. He wasn't looking for someone 10 years younger. Actually, all the women his age were in relationships from his circle. And we met via a blind date. Okay. That's how I met my husband, a blind date, right? So anyway, I know this from my personal life. Again, my husband didn't say, I want me a young girl. I don't want nobody my age. It just happened. So you have some men who are of higher value who seek that out. You know, everybody got on Marquise Houston for being with a younger chick, but it's just men's preferences. Just like women don't want short men, some men do not want a woman their age or older. They just don't want that for whatever reason. It may be stuck in your ways, body, you know, on that granny stuff, what is it called? Menopause, you know, you just old and just want to be in the house. Whatever the man's reason is, a lot of men choose to date younger women, and that's okay if that's what they want to do. Don't be no hater. Okay, yeah, and 50 obviously can do better. 50 is dating, what is that girl name? I cannot think. Cuban Link. 50 got him a little young something that he messing with. So I don't know why Vivica, to me, I would have answered this question differently. But anyway, ladies, you cannot force men to like what they don't like. That is so true. And let me say it again, ladies. You can't force no man to like what they don't like. My husband, I'm gonna use him. He doesn't like BBWs. He doesn't do plus size. He ain't doing obese, morbid obese. It's never been his thing. Some women have tried to give him a hard time about that and accused him of maybe being an influence on me in ways. And I'm obviously, you can look at me and see, I'm obviously not some stick. I got some meat on my bones. But my husband has been adamant about that. He don't do plus size. That's not his preference. No one has ever seen him with a big girl. I'm not knocking big girls because I'm not carrying that weight. So it's irrelevant to me other than, you know, the longevity of your organs, your heart. What about your kids? The average stuff. But at the end of the day, you cannot force men to like what they don't like. And that goes for women too. Some women will opt to be single rather than be with a man who's 5'5". To each his own, right? Because you the one got to live this life. But this is an example. And like someone said, we use celebrities because they people we all know. We all know them, you know, via the internet, cable or whatever. So that's why we use these examples. I'm not trying to be Vivica. I don't want no 50. I'm completely content with my situation. It's just a broad example. All right. 47-year-old successful men are relatively young. They aren't interested in dating 58-year-old women. Again, Vivica is 10 years older than 50, 10 to 11. They're barely interested in dating 47-year-old women, men their own age. So what the person is saying, 50 barely gonna want to date women that's 47, his own age. And I know Cuban Link is younger than him. She's a rapper. So why would he date up at Vivica? Now, I know what some people may be thinking. Well, they dated back in the day and she was obviously 10, 11 years older than him back in the day. Yeah, that was back in the day when Vivica was hot. Like Corey Holcomb said, before she became big face Vivica Fox and got to dealing around with Hollyweird and slicing her face all up and showing the world that she's a bitter Betty, that she's definitely a bitter type female. And I'm saying look, I ain't have no problem with Vivica. Set it off. I was down with Vivica. I didn't have no issues with Vivica Fox. Two could play that game. I liked her movies. My issue with Vivica, Kill Bill, my issue with Vivica was last year when she spoke on the late, great Kevin Samuels in a negative way. And you should have an issue with that too. People are being more and more disrespectful when it comes to death and dying. And it ain't even just these rappers. And I don't care what he said. You don't speak ill of the dead, especially your own people, an elder. You don't talk like that. She knows, she old enough to know better, just like we all know better that you don't do that. So to heck with Vivica. I don't ride with Vivica because of the stuff she said out her own mouth about KS when he died, which is why I started with that. To remind you all of, well, I started with Corey talking about it. I didn't play the actual clip of what Vivica said, but everybody was mad at her because she was basically laughing at him dying, having a heart attack. Let's move on. 47-year-old men don't necessarily want to date 47-year-old women, let alone a woman 58 years old like Vivica Fox. This is the nature of men. And what we need to do as women is pay attention to the nature of men so you can excel, right? You learn so you can do good. But a lot of women, they don't care. They don't want to hear what men got to say. Y'all want us to be in shape? I don't give a damn, nigga. You gonna take this sloppy body. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want us to wear our natural hair? Oh, I don't give a damn. You gonna take this lace fronts. Yeah, right. Okay. If a woman does find herself in this position, she must seriously ask herself, what value can I bring to this man's life that would be an improvement to him? In the case of an older woman, Vivica, with a younger, high-value man, 50. Sex isn't enough, okay? So if you ask what value you bring to a man's life, don't say sex because that's not enough. If you can't articulate the value that you would bring to a man's life, then you will always be relegated to recreational activities, meaning relations only. Stop listening to women for advice and start listening to men. We will never steer you wrong. So this, what you're seeing, this is what I read. It was just way too small. You know, your girl can't see. So that's the post that has sparked a lot of controversy on the internet with the whole Vivica feeling like, what was her quote? Vivica Fox says she's open to rekindling a relationship with 50 Cent. Why not? So when she was asked, she answered, and I don't think she should have answered like that because she just set herself up for so many people to go in on her, especially after the crap she said about Kevin Samuels. That did it. Men are completely done with her. And let's keep it real. Most 47-year-old men don't want a woman who's almost 60 years old unless you're just into older women. Now, I think Vivica's, kind of taking care of herself, her body, but I'm not into plastic surgery. So to me, she did herself a disservice. That's my opinion. If you think it's okay to let somebody cut on your face, then God help you. But that's you. So anyway, this is something that was trending 2 days ago. 50 Vivica, would he give her a chance? She's saying she's down to get back with him. Whatever. I don't even know what Vivica is thinking on that one. I don't see it happening, but who knows, right? Anyway, please like, subscribe, share the content, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Almost at 300 subs. Y'all subscribe. Tell y'all people to subscribe.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get to the 300 subs.